I think it's important to understand the foundations of magic and how they are part of the process of becoming. One thing that's important to understand is that Luciferian magic is not inclusive to negative or malefic workings. It's actually a broad spectrum of different types of magical practice. The art of sorcery, or to encircle, represents the focusing of a specific energy or a specific thought, idea into an object. A lot of the chaos magic principles of fetishism and different elements like that are composed of sorcery. The most important thing in magic really is about the process of attainment, which the practitioner becomes into direct contact with their specific deific force or God. It doesn't matter if you practice ceremonial rituals or if you internalize everything through a process of meditation. It's all the same in the end, in terms of process. One of the most important things with magical practice is actually focusing on attainment through meditation, will, desire, belief. Those are the most important things in magical practice. Rituals really can be an internalized process and can mean many different things. So there are no specific ceremonials that are dedicated to a specific mode of practice. One of the early focus points of Luciferian witchcraft was the Path of Cain. One of our early members and someone I collaborated with, Nathan Harris, actually was a witch by family. You know, he was raised in the process. So I understood a lot from his perspective, but also my own workings throughout the years kind of developed the Luciferian path as it is in my books. But one thing is you align the mind with the mindset of the symbolic Cain, which is the in sacrificing to the demon, which is the inner desire, the bestial aspects of the psyche, you actually become something more. So the murder of Abel in that particular myth is not related in the Luciferian path to actual murder. It relates to the predatory process of spiritual development. So you have to sacrifice something to gain something, similar to the ideology or the mythology of Odin. Sacrificing an eye to gain knowledge. It's kind of the same thing. So Cain represents the first witch and Satanist in that aspect. One of the things, that's most important is a Satanist is not inclined, or Luciferian is not inclined to worship any specific deity. Those are things that are resonated within. Some people, theistic Luciferians, will approach Lucifer as a real being and all of the spirits as real specific beings. In my experience and practice, I'm not going to voice my opinion one way or another on the reality of that. It's subjective, and it depends on the practitioner and what they do. One of the most important things, though, with the actual practice of magic is to find your own truth and question everything. In questioning everything, you're going to gain a lot of knowledge based on those things. And the experience will validate or guide you towards a path of atheistic magic. Now, the concept of atheist has always been in question, in terms of Lucifer or Satan. And an atheist, essentially, in the perspective of my own work, is someone who really focuses on the self first. So it doesn't necessarily that you don't believe in anything, but anything that you believe in should be supported by something that you've gained in experience. So with that said, I wouldn't consider myself an atheist, although I've taken the atheistic approach to understand different types of magic at certain points. So with magic beginning, it's a process of personal metamorphosis, and that you align yourself with the darkest aspects of the subconscious to bring out those powers. The elements are very important in Luciferian magic, as they represent different processes of becoming, and specific deific forces. You have the traditional powers, Leviathan representing water, but water also represents the subconscious. So when you work with the draconian power, in Kundalini yoga or Aramanic yoga, anything like that, you're actually bringing out those hidden aspects of the self. It's very important in magic to study those things and bring them out. It also gives you a lot of things that you can do mentally and psychologically to prepare yourself, for different stages in life. And more than anything, with the Luciferian path, it's about attuning yourself to your own understanding and perspectives, and seeking the communion with darkness, which is very much everything that matter was created from. It is the process of becoming. Darkness should not be feared or pushed under a rug. It always finds its way out. So it's important to understand what darkness is. The Luciferian path also has an avenue which is very sinister, in that it really goes beyond all morals and concepts of good and evil. You're actually either a god or a goddess, or you're devoured. And a lot of those attributes are found with the symbol of Lilith and Asje, the bride of the devil. And the devil in those aspects is a symbol of really our potential and what we want to be as spiritual rebels. So many people denounce Satanism as something that kills people, or the Luciferian path as something which harms, but actually it creates. The destruction aspect is always done in a means of bettering something towards something else. So it's very important to understand those avenues.